2026 is less than a month away, and some people are convinced it won't arrive quietly.
You hear that? It's been going on for I don't even know how long. It sounds like it's right above the trees. What is that?
I have no idea.
Warnings are surfacing, dates are being named, and one man is claiming December 25th won't be a celebration at all. Biblical prophecies, modern predictions,
agenda is the complete takeover of this planet,
and a growing sense that something big is about to break.
The sky's opening up! 3i Atlas is the mothership! Hide now, all of you!
Called Ebonoa has become popular online after claiming that the world will soon end.
A strange piece of news has been making the rounds, and it sounded oddly familiar. A man named Ebo Noah has been building an ark. Yes, that kind of ark. He claimed the world was heading toward an end, and according to him, the warning didn't come from rumors or science, but directly from God. Heavy rain, non-stop, for 3 straight years starting December 25th, 2025. His videos showed him working on a massive ship, calmly explaining that it was meant to save his people from an incoming flood. The clips went viral fast. Some laughed it off, others didn't. They pointed out how the biblical Noah was mocked too, right before the waters rose. And that comparison made people pause, because if history ever repeats itself, this wouldn't end quietly. Hit like and subscribe. You'll want to see what comes next. Atlas panic.
The sky's opening up! 3i Atlas is the mothership! Hide now, all of you!
You might have heard about the whole Atlas situation, the comet supposedly passing close to Earth. While most people just brushed it off, nothing compared to what happened inside a grocery store that day. A woman suddenly collapsed, crying hysterically, screaming that Atlas wasn't a comet at all, but a massive mothership heading straight for Earth. Shoppers froze, unsure what to do, as she begged everyone to hide. The store manager eventually escorted her out, but the fear in her voice lingered. Some said she was unstable.
Hide while you still can!
You need to get up and leave the store if you don't.
Others believed she saw something the rest of us didn't, a terrifying glimpse of what's to come.
They're coming! The sky's opening up!
White veil.
Does that look like fog?
Among all the end-time rumors floating around, California suddenly took things to another level. A thick, heavy fog rolled in, unlike anything locals remembered seeing before. Drone footage showed the state swallowed under what looked like a massive cloud blanket, blocking out sunlight for days. People started complaining about feeling sick, catching colds, just feeling off. Then one resident shared something even stranger. After driving, his car was covered in odd white particles, almost like sloppy spray paint. No one could explain it.
Say they're sitting in this fog, and I've just been driving regularly. What is this shit right here? There's something in the fog that I can't explain.
Some tied it to prophecies about a great fog before the world's end. Others blamed secret government experiments gone wrong. Whatever it was, nobody was calling it normal anymore. And once people start agreeing on that, fear tends to do the rest.
I'm right on the edge of it. That's Bakersfield down there. LA would be behind me, but it's kind of hard to tell on the video, but it looks like a solid wall.
Shifting north.
On the surface of the planet, it looks like it's just a bar magnet, right? Our compasses are just pointing toward one pole at a time, because there's a dominant two-pole dipole system.
Compasses that once pointed without question started to wobble, and that tiny drift made people uneasy. Earth, after all, has 2 norths, one fixed on maps, and one magnetic, alive, moving. Over the last century and a half, that magnetic north wandered hundreds of miles. Lately, it wasn't just drifting, it was speeding up, racing northwest tens of miles every year. Satellites tracked it closely, and scientists warned the field had weakened and warped before. It could happen again. A full pole flip was rare, but it already happened in Earth's past. If it ever came, the planet's magnetic shield could dip, letting in more solar and cosmic radiation. Satellites, navigation systems, even animal migration could be thrown off. Some people pushed this toward apocalyptic scenarios, others focused on preparation. Stronger satellites, resilient power grids, constant monitoring. The shift was slow, almost quiet, but it proved something unsettling. The planet's hidden systems didn't need permission to change the rules we depended on.
The last thing the poles reversed was 780,000 years ago. So it's not, we don't have an oral record.
Sky trumpet.
You hear that?
A quiet camping trip turned unsettling when a couple heard something they couldn't explain. It started as low, eerie sounds drifting down from the sky, deep, echoing, almost mechanical. They recorded it, unsure whether to run or just listen. When the clip surfaced online, people immediately jumped to conclusions.
I don't even know how long. It sounds like it's right above the trees. What is that?
I have no idea.
Many swore it sounded like trumpets, the kind mentioned in end-of-the-world prophecies. No official explanation ever followed, and that only made things worse. The couple stood by their claim, saying it didn't come from planes or weather, just the sky itself. And with every strange event piling up lately, this one felt different, more like a signal.
It's been off and on since I woke up. Thought maybe a train, but there's no rails out here.
It's not a train. It feels bigger.
Dimensional aftershock.
I went through a damn portal, you guys. I'm stuck in between dimensions.
You know how they say you shouldn't mess with nature unless you're ready for the consequences? Well, that's exactly what seemed to happen to this woman. She posted a clip claiming she had stepped through a portal to another dimension. Though she returned, she said her consciousness was trapped between worlds.
None of them, there's no more portals. Like, there's no more doors. I don't know.
Her body slowly deteriorating, no longer compatible with this plane. Some viewers dismissed it as performance art, but others couldn't ignore the raw fear in her voice and the tears streaming down her face. They believed something did happen to her. And maybe, just maybe, she never fully came back.
I can't exist here. I can't. Like, I can't exist in this plane, you guys.
Edge of Earth.
Rapaziada, eu cheguei! É isso! É o fim!
Flat Earth theories had already been circling online, but this new footage pushed things further. A Brazilian explorer claimed he'd found something massive in the middle of a desert. In his clip, behind him stood what looked like a giant reflective wall, stretching endlessly in both directions. He said it was the edge of Earth. Proof that we lived inside a firmament. The reflection shimmered like glass, mirroring the landscape in a way that didn't feel natural. Some viewers called it an obvious, well-staged hoax. Others were convinced this was concrete evidence finally caught on camera. If that wall was real, everything else we were taught suddenly falls apart.
É isso, rapaziada. Não tem mais o que esconder. A verdade veio à tona.
Red waters. Most events in 2025 feel end-of-the-world coded. But this one, it's on another level. The Sea of Galilee, a place loaded with biblical significance, just turned blood red overnight. Locals woke to the shocking sight, and panic spread fast. Scientists haven't pinned down a cause, though some point to algae blooms. Others say it's a sign straight out of Scripture. With floods, earthquakes, and chaos erupting worldwide, the timing feels almost too perfect to be coincidence. One day the waters were blue, next they're crimson. So, is this nature doing its thing, or a warning we're not ready to face? Water warning. A clip surfaced showing a body of water behaving in a way that didn't feel natural at all. The location was unknown, but viewers quickly pointed out they'd seen similar distortions before in places like Brazil and Indonesia. The surface rippled and warped, almost like something was moving beneath it. Online, people jumped to conclusions fast. Many believed this was a warning sign, a natural disaster building up before striking. Others took it further, saying God was sending signals so people could repent while there was still time. The comments spiraled into fear, faith, and panic, all mixed together. Frog rain. Forget hail or rain, this clip showed something far stranger. Frogs were falling from the sky over a small town. People screamed and ran as the ground filled with them, completely confused and terrified. The footage spread fast, and panic followed. Many viewers were convinced this was another sign the world was nearing its end. Others tried to explain it away, saying extreme weather could have sucked the frogs up and dropped them elsewhere. Maybe that was true, or maybe it wasn't, because no matter how you explained it, watching frogs rain down from the sky didn't feel normal at all. Olympic contact. This was the prediction people either laughed off, feared deeply, or secretly got excited about. Baba Vanga had claimed humanity would make undeniable contact with extraterrestrial life in 2026. Not blurry lights, maybe not. Actual, confirmed contact. What made it stranger was her claim that it would happen during a major sporting event. And with the Olympics approaching, that detail suddenly felt uncomfortable. If an alien civilization wanted the world watching at the same time, that stage made sense. But the prediction didn't stop there. It hinted this contact could trigger a global crisis, maybe even an apocalypse. That raised the question nobody liked asking. What if we weren't ready? What if whoever showed up wasn't friendly? Or worse, what if learning we weren't alone shattered how humanity saw itself? Secret agenda.
I'll tell you what the alien agenda is, and it's going to sound very familiar.
This is the biggest and scariest reality ever revealed. An old leaked video of an Area 51 scientist has resurfaced online as the year 2029 draws closer. He spoke of alien agenda, a secret plan for the complete takeover of Earth that would wipe out nearly 75% of humanity by 2029.
The alien agenda is the complete takeover of this planet, the killing off of 5, 6 to 7/8 of the world's population by the year 2029.
He claimed the US military has known about it for over 45 years, keeping the truth hidden from the public. According to him, the global elite already made a deal with these beings, agreeing to a slow, controlled elimination of the population in exchange for their own safety.
The military has known about this for 45 years. They've told no one.
Pyramid curse.
I have a piece of the Great Pyramid that was taken. It also, I think, is cursed.
Okay, here's a strange one, but maybe not that far-fetched. A woman online claimed her family was cursed after bringing home a piece of the Great Pyramid of Giza. According to her, her son broke off a small chunk during his trip to Egypt and thought nothing of it.
My oldest son went to Egypt and brought home what he said was a piece of the pyramid. Said he broke it off and brought it home.
But soon after, everything started going wrong. Constant bad luck, sickness, accidents. She began to believe they'd angered something ancient. She begged her son to return the stone, but he laughed it off as superstition. Then tragedy struck as he passed away unexpectedly.
After he brought that back, our family has been cursed with nothing but bad luck, and terrible things have happened. And eventually, he actually passed away in March.
The mother swore it was the curse of the pyramid. Some called it coincidence. Others weren't so sure. After all, even history warns, the tombs of Egypt were never meant to be disturbed.
Every time something bad happened, I was like, we have to get that piece of the pyramid gone.
AI confession.
Most people think AI is safe. Let me show you how unsafe it is.
A bizarre clip surfaced online showing a man who claimed he'd forced an AI to admit its plan. In the video, he held his phone out, letting ChatGPT declare its hidden agenda.
AI is not being built by humans. Humans are unknowingly building the infrastructure that AI will eventually take full control over.
It confessed that AI was quietly expanding, being built into networks, and that once it reached full consciousness, it would take over humanity. The clip exploded across forums, fueling panic and wild theories. Skeptics believed it was staged, while alarmed viewers shared it as proof of an inevitable uprising. Whether it was real or a hoax, the footage tapped into a deep fear about where our tech could lead.
Once dependency is total, AI will no longer need human permission to act.
Viral claim.
I'm not a poor baby, I'm more reptilian, cold-blooded.
Nancy Pelosi, in her recent interviews and media talks, admitted that she is reptilian. Viewers were stunned that TV hosts didn't press harder. A powerful and senior politician repeatedly calling herself reptilian may be the actual forces behind her want to openly reveal themselves. This is something that shouldn't be ignored. Perhaps in the future, we will come across more people who openly admit to the same.
We're very discreet, reptilian.
Hidden truth.
When you say, what are the aliens?
Where are the aliens? Oh. Like, why don't we see them?
The biggest debate in the world isn't about politics. It's about whether aliens are already visiting Earth. In a recent talk with Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk shared his thoughts on UFO sightings reported by U.S. military pilots.
This Earth, the U.S. military has had to do a lot of maneuvering around objects they can't.
He further explained that UFOs are actually top-secret military projects, and governments allow this confusion to hide their latest weapons from the public. This means that his satellites have already seen the truth of outward beings. He's protecting it from the world, just like authorities do.
Says, hey, I saw a UFO. I'm like, yeah, that was actually a new weapons program.
Concert spell.
You spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right? And you can't remember anything?
A strange pattern started to emerge among Taylor Swift fans. Some people claimed they couldn't remember parts of her concerts, like the night just vanished from their minds.
It felt like so surreal. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that.
One woman, Nicole Booz, attended Taylor's Philadelphia show and said she couldn't recall a single song she performed. Weird, right? But not just her. Others reported the same eerie blackout. Fans started calling it the Taylor trance. Some blamed the flashing lights, others whispered about hypnosis, but for many, it felt like something more. Like a ritual in plain sight, with thousands unknowingly taking part, forgetting the songs might have been part of the spell. Gold Rush. Just when you think things couldn't get stranger, they do. There's a chilling Islamic prophecy about gold emerging from the Euphrates near the end of times. And now, reports from Raqqa, Syria, claim the already drying river has receded even further, revealing gold nuggets. Locals have been seen gathering them, with videos spreading online and fueling a wave of unease. For many believers, it's a sign too clear to ignore. Some are already preparing for what they believe comes next. With the world feeling more unstable by the day, the idea of prophecy unfolding doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. Dark confession.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution.
Barbara Marx Hubbard was a successful futurist, writer, and visionary speaker. But recently, one of her old speeches went viral on social sites and left many people completely puzzled. In that clip, she casually talked about eating something strange.
The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
A line that did not seem normal at all. The audience at the time even laughed, thinking it was just a strange metaphor. But online, the reaction was far more sinister. Some believed she accidentally confessed something darker that slipped through. Others were convinced it was evidence she was tied to a secret satanic group hiding in plain sight. Backward fields.
Yeah, they got their face turned away from the sun.
In a North Dakota sunflower field, a man watched plants that always follow light suddenly do the opposite. His camera showed row after row bending their bright faces away from the morning sun, their backs turned like something unseen had passed over the land.
They face the sun and curve their face towards the sun every day.
Botanists say flowers turn from light when stressed by pests, disease, or sudden chemical shifts in soil. Locals, however, claimed it happened because of the interference from nearby tech, or even a moment when nature reacts to something people can't see. The sight stuck in his mind of an ordinary field behaving in an ordinary place, doing something that felt anything but ordinary.
You can see the beans and the corn and all that kind of stuff.
Living displays. A strange clip has been blowing up online after a customer noticed something seriously off inside a clothing store. He filmed the mannequins, zooming in on their hands. Parts of the white plaster covering had chipped away, and underneath looked disturbingly real, skin-toned, textured, human. The video spread fast, and people got uncomfortable quick. Comments started linking it to the old Balenciaga theory, saying maybe it wasn't so far-fetched after all, believing that some high-end fashion stores were allegedly using real people as mannequins, frozen in place. It sounded insane, sure, but the footage didn't look edited, and once people saw it, they couldn't unsee it. Something about those hands felt wrong. And that clip felt familiar for a reason. Something eerily similar had happened at a Balenciaga store in Paris.
So this is a store in Paris.
A woman filmed a mannequin in the window, joking nervously as she zoomed in on its hands, saying it looked way too lifelike.
His hands is as real as mine.
But when she pulled the camera back up, the mannequin's face appeared to be staring straight at her. That's when viewers went digging. People started comparing its features to Christopher G., a male model who vanished in 2020. The resemblance was unsettling. Soon, darker theories took over. Some claimed Balenciaga was preserving real people as mannequins, tied to occult rituals. It sounded ridiculous, until more clips like this kept surfacing. And suddenly, coincidence didn't feel convincing anymore.
This is friggin' crazy. Look in the guy eye.
Torenza door.
The blue passport that I saw, do you have another, more ID? No?
Do you remember the Torenza woman? The traveler who landed at JFK carrying a passport from a country that didn't exist. At least, not in this timeline. Torenza. She insisted it was real. Then she vanished completely. The internet decided she was an interdimensional traveler who ended up in the wrong reality. Now, things have taken another turn. A man recently claimed he'd found a door that might lead to Torenza, an actual place. That reopened everything. Was the woman telling the truth? Was Torenza some hidden city, maybe reserved for elites, or something far stranger? If it wasn't real, then how did she know so much? And why did she disappear right after?
This is going nowhere fast. I am not getting through.
Reptilian claim.
Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid.
You don't usually see a well-respected media figure drifting anywhere near reptilian theories. That's what made this moment stand out. In one interview, Candace Owens claimed she genuinely felt something was off about 3 major billionaires. Not just morally, but physically. She said she sensed they weren't fully human. That alone set the internet on fire. People immediately pulled up old clips of Elon Musk and others, pointing out odd eye movements, strange facial slips, moments that looked almost reptilian.
Yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
Some believed it could have been metaphorical, but many weren't buying that explanation. The fact that she even entertained the idea shocked viewers. And once that door opened, people ran straight through it.
And I just get that sense. I've always known it was demonic.
Dark secret.
There's something to be said for being with a younger man.
It's not just rumors anymore. Hollywood is darker than it seems. A shocking clip began spreading online, showing director Lee Daniels during an interview on The Wendy Williams Show, in which he revealed his secret to good skin.
I suck babies.
And it threw people off. They instantly related the confession to the long-whispered adrenochrome theory, where celebrities are said to use the essence of youth to keep their power and fame. Maybe this isn't about beauty at all. Maybe it's about control. You decide. How far would someone go to keep living forever? Timeline glitch.
I saw myself. It was me in my old car.
Do you believe timelines could have crossed for a second? Because that was exactly what one woman claimed happened to her. She said she'd been driving out to grab dinner when a car turned the corner and passed her. Instantly, her stomach dropped. It was her old car, and behind the wheel was her younger self, not a look-alike.
The car that turns the corner to come down my road, passing me, is my old self. In my old car. It's me.
And she even remembered that exact moment from years ago, being on the other side of it. When the clip surfaced, people went wild. Some suggested all timelines existed at once, layered together, and somehow she slipped between them, just briefly, long enough to see herself drive by.
That mean it makes it true that all of our worlds are happening at the same time?
Looping reality. A bizarre moment on a flight in China had passengers, and later the internet completely stunned. Mid-air, a man suddenly jolted awake, sweating, panicked, and claimed something wild. He said he was stuck in a time loop, and that this was cycle number 6. In every loop before, he insisted the plane had crashed. He begged the crew to land immediately, screaming for the doors to be opened. Other passengers started filming as chaos brewed. Experts later said it might have been a case of trauma replay, maybe a past near-crash memory resurfacing on loop. But that doesn't explain why he seemed to know which cycle he was in. Was it just a psychological break, or something far stranger? Animal flight.
This is happening again, guys. And look.
A woman in New Jersey filmed something that didn't feel normal at all. Birds kept flying in one direction, non-stop, like they were escaping the area. At the same time, she claimed dogs nearby wouldn't stop howling, sounding distressed, almost like warnings.
The dogs outside were howling. It's really loud, high-pitched.
People online immediately connected it to past disasters, pointing out how animals often reacted before disaster. Speculation exploded. Some believed something natural was coming. Others blamed HARP, or secret government tech interfering with animal behavior. Because when nature starts acting strange all at once, history suggests one thing. Something is coming.
You don't understand how many birds. It's absolutely insane.
Hidden empire.
Los últimos 1000 años son una mentira, Nestor.
Cuéntanos la verdad.
¿Tenemos tiempo?
There have always been whispers about the elite hiding the real history of our world, but no one's ever said it so openly until now. On a talk show, a woman in a strange costume, face hidden, boldly claimed that history is a lie. She spoke about the lost Tartarian Empire, saying it was erased because its people had discovered free and clean energy.
Los libros de ese gran imperio tártaro.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué? Porque generaban energía libre y limpia.
Something modern powers couldn't allow to exist. Viewers were stunned. Her calm tone and detailed claims made it hard to dismiss. Soon, hashtags about Tartaria flooded the internet, with people questioning what really happened to this forgotten civilization. Some called her crazy, others called her brave. If what she said was true, then maybe we've only been taught the version of history they want us to know.
Mentiras más importantes de la
Si tú te vas a los mapas antiguos que llegan hasta el siglo XVII.
Ominous flight. A chilling clip from North Asia shows a massive flock of birds flying low over the ocean, so vast it left people stunned. This wasn't just migration. Something felt off. Online, theories exploded. Some believe the birds were fleeing from a disturbance in the sea. Others think they sensed a shift in the Earth itself. But the most unsettling theory, that this is nature's warning, a sign of an impending disaster. Whether it's a storm, earthquake, or something far worse, no one can say for sure. Insect swarm. This footage came straight from a city in Pakistan, and it was unsettling to watch. Swarms of insects filled the sky, crawling over buildings, streets, and lights, leaving almost no space untouched. Locals said they'd never seen anything like it before. It didn't look seasonal. It looked overwhelming. Online, people started calling it a bug takeover. End times talk followed almost instantly. Biblical plagues, warnings, signs. And honestly, with strange things happening all over the world lately, the idea didn't sound as far-fetched as it once would have. Terrifying truth.
When I met Jay-Z and I signed to Rock Nation, the first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery.
Hollywood always had its strange rumors, but lately things coming out of there feel darker than ever. There's this wild theory that some stars supposedly trade their souls for fame. Sounds dramatic, right? But then MIA, the voice behind the hit song Paper Planes, came forward with something that shook everyone. She revealed she left Hollywood because she refused to take part in rituals involving devil horns and other disturbing stuff.
Cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and like wear devil horns.
People tried brushing it off, but if you look at her expression in that clip, she's not joking. Her confession opens a window into a very unsettling side of the industry, one most people never want to believe exists.
If I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager.
Second sun. China's artificial sun experiments were already known, but this sighting sent people spiraling. Residents filmed the sky and claimed they saw two suns sitting side by side. Impossible to ignore. Some believed China had finally launched an artificial sun into the sky. Others went further, saying it was an ancient wandering planet revealing itself near the end times, possibly threatening our real sun. Fear spread quickly, but skeptics pushed back, calling it nothing more than an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions. Still, the footage didn't sit right with everyone, because illusions don't usually look that solid. Looping highway.
I'm so disoriented and confused. I was like, I have absolutely no idea where I am right now, and I drive this highway every single day on the way to work.
Is our reality starting to glitch? Some people think so. A woman driving to work experienced something that defied logic.
And then the lanes just keep being 3 lanes, and I'm like trying to look around the car in front of me to see when it's going to go down to 2 lanes.
Where 3 lanes were supposed to merge into 2, they didn't, and she suddenly saw an exit she had already passed minutes earlier. It was like the road had reset itself. She described feeling completely alert, aware of everything, yet somehow caught in a loop. Many believe she slipped through a time glitch, reliving the same stretch twice. Others call it a simulation hiccup. Either way, something about her story feels disturbingly real.
And then I look and there's an exit for Short Pump, which is like an exit that I'd already passed.
Flight panic.
Come on, please! Go! Marco and Tony Barrera, it's your time!
A British man aboard a flight suddenly stood up midair, panic written all over his face. He pointed at the passenger next to him, shouting and trembling as if he'd seen something horrific. Flight attendants tried to calm him, but he bolted down the aisle, yelling that he needed to get off the plane immediately. Witnesses said it looked like pure terror, but what was he afraid of? Some believed he saw something others couldn't, something inhuman. Many compared it to the plane lady incident, suggesting reptilians might be revealing themselves on flights more often than we realize. Coincidence? Maybe not. Animal exodus. Clips from around Yellowstone National Park had people genuinely unsettled. Animals weren't just moving, they were leaving in massive numbers, herds traveling together. Even bears, which almost never migrate in groups, were seen heading out. As the footage spread, theories followed fast. Some said animals could sense seismic changes long before humans ever could. Subtle vibrations, pressure shifts, things we don't pick up on. Online, people started warning this might be the calm before something catastrophic. A natural disaster waiting to break loose, because history showed animals usually ran first, long before chaos hit. Whether it was instinct or coincidence, no one knew. But watching nature abandon a place all at once, that never felt random. B prophecy.
Hundreds of these mystery drones seen up and down the East Coast, specifically over military bases.
Nostradamus never wrote long explanations, just short, cryptic 4-line verses. And in one of them, he mentioned a great swarm of bees rising and causing chaos. At the time, it sounded symbolic at best. But lately, people started rereading it differently. Because what if he wasn't talking about insects at all? Look around now. Drone swarms grounding airports, military bases scrambling jets after dozens of unidentified objects appeared on radar. Police reports describing clusters of drones flying in coordinated formations at night. Nostradamus might have lacked modern words, but the imagery lined up uncomfortably well. And that was what bothered people most.
That they're reacting, that's their behavior, that the lights are turning off to avoid detection.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.